Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of TWD Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Wasteland World. This one's going to be doing my video review and my non-spoiler review for the Season 3 premiere of Wasteland World Season 3. It's going to be for Season 3, Episode 1, All I See is a Monster. So just going to do the video for today. This one's going to be doing my non-spoiler review for the Season 3 premiere, guys. Yes, that's right. For the Season 3 premiere of Wasteland World Season 3. So, alright guys, so I got a chance to see this premiere, and I have a lot of great things to say about it. I really do, and I can't wait to actually be able to talk about the episode with the spoilers. But, of course, that'll come out, when the show, starts back up again. But for this non-spoiler review, we're just going to hit a couple points and talk about some of the things I liked, non-spoiler-wise, and stuff like that. So, without further ado, let's talk about Episode 1. So, jumping into this season premiere, I really was excited. Leaving off after the end of the last season, of course, with the return of Warper, and of course, with the new character that we did get to see, as well as Road, losing an eye, and just all the craziness we had. Jumping into this season, I really was excited to see where the story would go. Of course, we've passed a lot of time, we've seen a big time skip, and we're jumping into this with a very Road-focused premiere. I will say that. This episode, and this is the best thing about the episode, or at least one of the best things I will kind of take away from it, is that this episode literally gives me pilot vibes. It does. It gives me vibes from the pilot, but in the opposite way, which I'll explain more what I mean in the actual spoiler-filled review. But it legit feels like an actual, like the pilot, except the roles are kind of different in this episode. And that is one thing I really like about this episode. We get to see Road struggle with what he, did in Season 2. As you guys know, I wasn't a big fan of the Road story in Season 2, and jumping into Season 3, you feel the guilt. I will say that. You feel the guilt, and in one scene in particular, which I won't say, but there's a scene between Road and Samson, and there's a piece of dialogue that kind of just comes out that is really heavy, and it really just kind of makes you realize as the viewer, oh crap, this guy really does not want to keep going. Like, it's to that point. So, that part of things I really like, and Road having these struggles and having these kind of, inner demons, I think is absolutely amazing. So, anyway, that right there is a huge highlight of this episode, and I really think that if we're talking the best character of this episode, I think I'm going to have to say Road is, because we see so much from him. It's so amazing how much we get. Now, we get a lot of lines in this episode, which is also why I say this episode feels like the pilot, at least when it comes to the Road and Samson side of things, because there's some of the dialogue there that is legit just like the premiere, like the pilot episode of the series, except in my opinion, it's actually a updated, better version of the pilot, and just the vibe you get when you watch this, it's amazing. And another thing about this episode is the environment. I really like the environment, because in the previous seasons, it's been kind of the same type of thing. In this, it's more apocalyptic. You're in the woods a lot. And I know for, a lot of big budget shows, obviously, being in the woods, a lot of people complain. But for this, I feel like it really works. And especially in the Minecraft world and stuff like that, I think it really works well. And I really have to say, overall, visually, this episode is amazing. I have to say that. Now, obviously, in this episode, we are also going to be getting the kind of the aftermath of Season 2 with, Samson and him kind of, going on forward as well, too. But I will say Samson's not as big of a focus as Road is, but, it is still, he is still a big focus. Now, obviously, we did get the return of Warper at the end of Season 2. I will not say anything about the Warper character in this episode, and if we see the character, or if we don't, or if that is something that we kind of have to wait for later on. But I will say that the feeling of Warper being back, that is there. That is definitely there. And that is something I really like about this episode, is that you get that feeling he's back, And whether or not we see him or not, that you guys will just have to wait and see. But he definitely is a really just kind of well-known about, character in this episode, which I think is really cool. So, we also do have a lot of new characters. We have some new characters that we get introduced to in this episode. Some work, while one of them doesn't, which you guys will see who I mean when you guys see my spoiler, filled review. There's one character that definitely really really pissed me off in this episode. But in terms of the new characters, I think for the most part, I think we've gotten a great new cast of characters, along with kind of keeping some of those old classic ones like Road, like Samson. And there are a few characters that are off screen in this episode. There are some characters that are not included in this episode necessarily. That obviously is just, we're going to have to wait until some of the further episodes. So don't expect to see like everybody. I'll just say don't expect to see everybody in this episode, but I will definitely say there is a huge roster in this episode that I think a lot of you guys are going to like, and a lot of our fan favorites are in the episode. So that is definitely one thing about it, and I think that you guys are really going to enjoy that part of things. So yeah, that is basically all I can say about the season premiere, of course, without going into too many spoilers or any kind of details that, obviously would be too spoilery. But I'll just say for this episode, I loved it. I really did. I can't wait for you guys to, hear a little bit more on what I think when we can actually delve into our spoiler-filled review. But just for this spoiler-free review, look out for an awesome premiere, guys. Honestly, that is the one thing I will say. I love the feeling of it. The tone is just different. The characters are honestly maybe even better than ever. And I'm not like exaggerating. Like, I mean it. The characters are probably at their best in this episode. And I love it, to be honest. I love the feeling of it. The music, always amazing. Always great in Wasteland, I feel like. And also, just like the vibe, like I said, the, environment, in terms of the forest and kind of, the environments we see. There's a lot of, new locations that we see in this episode, which I think you guys are also going to like. And yeah, that is basically it. So, of course, we'll be back whenever we can actually talk about this episode in detail, and all that kind of stuff. But for now, that is it for the Wasteland Season 3 Episode 1 non-spoiler reviews. So, anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Write your comments in the comment section below. If you guys are new here, click to subscribe and some cinema videos for Wasteland World. Follow Dance Walking Reviews, Instagram, guys, and of course, subscribe to Mega Man and Wasteland World Official. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video for Wasteland when the season starts back up. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Anybody out there?